taken me a long while to figure out how I wanted to do this. I want to create it in this format. So throughout this video, I'm gonna be narrating, telling the story of how we did our Interrail trip around Europe. Last year, July 2024. And yeah. Oh. How's it going, Tom?
Very good.
You enjoying that apple, mate?
Yeah.
The first day was pretty long and pretty boring. Not a lot happened. James, how's it going? Nathan, how's it going? Nathan's struggling. Our journey was from in England, southeast, and we travelled on trains through France all the way to Switzerland.
What are you doing? So I can never tell when he's talking to me. Because Tom, you go over like this.
Then we eventually arrived in Switzerland. We arrived in our hostel, which was surprisingly really nice. For a first night, it was perfect. We got given a family room. We didn't pay for a family room, but since two of our friends were under 18, we couldn't stay in the dormitory. So for that reason, we ended up in a family room, which was just, I mean, you can see for yourself, it was amazing. Look what we have done here. Football, balcony, James, we've got everything we need. Nathan's bossing on over to the shower still. Look over here, we got a bunk beds. Oh, isn't that lovely? How are you feeling after your first night of sleep in Switzerland?
Fantastic.
See how James is doing. Too busy doing whatever he's doing on the balcony. We'll sleep into it. Nathan's having a shower and I'm chilling. So yeah, that's where my head's at right now. This morning in Switzerland. Go. Now the second location we visited in Switzerland was Zermatt. Very, very different to Nyon and Geneva, where we visited previously. So we found a little campsite and we stayed there for 2 nights. Now we're walking. Look at that. That is so cool. Right, yeah, we're blessing up in the... It's bubbling up. Anyway, still in Switzerland and that. I'm pretty sure we did the 9 Lakes hike. Or we didn't do it, we tried. We didn't intend on doing this, we just wanted to find one of the lakes. We're having fun. We're gonna go on a hike today. It was genuinely physically and mentally quite challenging. Once we got to the top of that mountain, I was so happy, but absolutely dead. I wish I could, but it's not feeling it. It was an amazing experience, and later on in the day we just sort of walked around the town, looked at some cool Swiss watches. It was a pretty cool thing to witness.
Is it really going to injure guns on there and wear it?
Tom, you're in the vlog, mate.
Yes.
Oh. So the next location was Italy. We went to Venice. Our time in Venice was pretty good, I'd say. One thing you will notice about this trip is the start of the trip was very well planned out. In the second half of this video, you are going to see absolute chaos. Alright guys, we are in Venice, Italia. It's too hot. It's too hot. It's only 22 degrees and we're all cooked. How you feeling, Tom?
Good. I want some ice cream.
Got some hair in my shoe apparently.
So long.
Ooh. We're trying not to die in the heat. Trying not to get robbed. Yeah.
All over the moon. I feel like it's little bit. Sleep here? Yeah, just for one night.
Went to our hostel. It was more of a hotel. Very fancy, very nice. The breakfast. We are in Austrian right now.
All European.
We're having breakfast. It's a bit mid. Tom, would you rate the breakfast?
1 out of 10.
Jeez, 1 out of 10. Nathan, would you rate the breakfast?
Same.
1 out of 10, James.
So, shit.
And yeah, I'll probably give it like a 1.5 out of 10, just to be different. Hopefully the rest of the day is better. We also, on our way to Slovenia, came across something pretty interesting. Right, we're in Village HBF, Austria, just quickly before we get to Slovenia. We found a vending machine shop. There's some... Oh wait, I don't even know if I can fit that in a vlog. Oh well. But look, there's a mystery bag, and I'm gonna buy it. Here we go. Mystery bag. Oh. Let's see what's in my mystery bag. Feels cold. Sweets, chocolate, a drink, 2 drinks.
Huh?
Wow. Would you look at that Capri Sun? Welcome to Villa Veselova. What do you think of it, Nathan?
I love it.
He loves it. Tom? That's what Tom thinks. James is James is up here. Joe.
I can say that. I can talk. Zest for life.
So during our time in Slovenia, the Euros were on, and this was pretty exciting. One of the main things we wanted to see in Slovenia was Lake Bled. Now, if any people watching this are watching it in terms of inspiration of places to go, now this was a place I would absolutely recommend. It was phenomenal. It was so good. Can have that.
Over there.
You can go in the lake, you can swim. You do have to pay to be able to swim in it, which we didn't know at the time. However, it's not too expensive. Definitely worth it. I think there were some people swimming in the lake in a different part, like on a different side that you didn't have to pay for. I like got cut in there, so like my knee got cut or something. That was quite annoying because I was looking forward to going in there, but anyway. Yeah, right now. That's going in the vlog, Tom. Yeah, you are. We also played mini golf. I can't remember who won now. This is the only issue with recording this after however many months it is now. I do remember it from Slovenia. The hostel was pretty cool vibes. It was definitely the most hostel-like place we'd stayed in so far in the trip. But we met some interesting characters. We had some interesting food. Dinner time. Yummy, yummy.
But I'd just throw in a little voiceover of me being a fatty. Look at that juicy steak, and look at those rolls, Christ. Yeah, so here I am stuffing my gullet with this lovely steak.
Now, this is something I have to comment on. When we were on our train to Austria, to actually stay there and see the salt mines in Salzburg, we were on a train that was just absolutely boiling.
Can you join the Zoom? You can see they're wet with sweat. Can you see? Reflections. Give us a face.
There was no air conditioning.
Is this the ways we used to love?
We were on this train for a long time, and the heat was just getting to us.
Is this the place that I've been dreaming of? Oh, simple thing.
We did go a little crazy at times.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me.
But we did survive, we did make it.
I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me.
One thing I remember very clearly about this trip was the amount of McDonald's that we ate.
We're gonna go get some McDonald's. Yep.
Almost every country I had a McDonald's. Almost. There was a few I didn't. I didn't have one in Italy, and I'm not quite sure where. I didn't have one in Croatia either. Oh no, sorry, I did. No, I did have a McDonald's in Croatia. Never mind. Tom, my friend, who I'll put a picture of him on screen right about now. He did not like the fact that we were having so much McDonald's. He would have a salad every time, and he would also go around to shops and make sure he carried a bag of carrots on him at all times. In Salzburg, the salt mines that we went to were really, really good, and anyone going to Salzburg, I highly recommend you do this.
Oh yeah.
Luigi, look at that. You get to put on these cool white suits, and there's like slides and stuff underground. It's really, really cool. You get on a little train. It's not even really a train, it's more, I don't even know what it is, but it's a cool little thing with a track, so I highly recommend it. Very cool, very interesting, lots of history around it, and it was just overall a very good experience. Next part of our trip was probably the toughest part of the trip we'd had to this point.
Bahnhof und den Hauptbahnhof aus. Grund dafür ist ein Rettungseinsatz in einem Nachbarland. Wir bieten neue Schilder.
We had to get from Austria to Amsterdam because Nathan, our friend, was flying home at the halfway point of the month. We were on the clock, basically. We had to make sure we were in Amsterdam in time for his flight. Now, this was okay. We had plenty of time. We had a night train booked. We thought everything was fine.
She just ignored us. Yeah, did she? Yeah, she just backed up.
However, the station that we needed to get our night train from, the train we intended to get, was cancelled. Or so we thought it was cancelled. Not really sure what was happening that day, but it was very stressful. Tensions were high.
It's just, yeah.
and we weren't entirely sure if we were going to be able to get to Amsterdam. We did manage to get to Amsterdam, although I will say the night train was absolutely awful, absolutely would not get the seats. We were in a little room, like a little enclosure, had 6 seats. There's obviously 4 of us. 2 random people were in there with us. It was perfectly fine. Just in terms of sleeping, to get in and out, you have to climb over everyone's legs as they're sitting. It's really not comfortable, not ideal at all. Nothing really to lean on either.
Sorry, cut you off there.
It was time to say goodbye to Nathan.
Say goodbye, Nathan. Bye, Nathan. No. No. Go.
I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it.
This was quite sad. Nathan leaving really did a number on us all, and the vibe just wasn't the same.
No, it's not.
I was supposed to do a sad little video of him where he's gone.
After Nathan left, sorry, he stayed for one night. We had a little hotel. For the second part of our Amsterdam stay, we were not in a hotel. We were in an Airbnb just outside of Amsterdam. You know what they say about Amsterdam and the Netherlands. There's one thing that everyone has to do when they go visit there. Now the next part of Amsterdam, we just really... We were going to go do a little bike ride. However, the rain put us off. We got a train to Amsterdam from our little town.
One would like to go to at least 6 hours.
6 hours. Far out, mate. Look at this, mate.
And we just saw the rain. We thought, you know what? We've been going non-stop, day after day. Let's just have a little break. We definitely made the right decision. Berlin. Now, this is where the unplanned half of the trip begins. From this point onwards, it was more or less chaos. Things didn't go too swimmingly for us.
We've arrived at our Berlin accommodation. I want to see. As you can see, it looks great. Very welcoming.
My friend James, the one friend I haven't mentioned yet, he was entrusted to pick our next hostel in Berlin. Now James, he's a man who likes to save money. He likes to make sure the absolute least amount of money is spent. Because of this, we ended up staying in a place called 36 Rooms in Berlin. Now, we did not do enough research for this. We pretty much panic booked this place. We looked for the cheapest place, booked it, and went there. The 4.9 rating of security should have probably been the red flag. And had I read some of the reviews, I don't think we would have gone ahead with this place. When we arrived, there was a homeless man staying in our hostel room. When we arrived, I was charged €4 per person for bed sheets, which weren't optional, by the way. We had to pay for the bed sheets.
Yeah, if this is the last vlog you see, you know why.
There was graffiti all over the walls. I'll see if I can insert some images of the bathrooms. They were absolutely disgusting. We even ran into some women in the men's bathrooms. They were just having showers, completely naked as well. Not ideal. Overall, the vibe of the place was just very uncomfortable. The lockers were broken and busted open, so we couldn't actually lock our stuff up.
Right, we are walking through the streets of Berlin right now. There's lovely architecture behind us. We're just going back to the hostel and hopefully nothing's been stolen.
The homeless guy didn't even want to stay himself. He left early. So that says it all, really. Screaming outside and police sirens and yeah, absolute nightmare. It was just the worst place we stayed so far. It gets worse. The one thing I must give Berlin credit for was, as a place, it was actually really nice.
That's quite cool.
Cheap from that.
No, it's
I'm
different.
not in the middle.
Really old.
Bruce.
The part of Berlin we stayed in was definitely not safe. It must have been like staying in the rough part of London, but in Berlin. But I have to give it credit. Some of the architecture was amazing. It was a really lovely place. If we just looked more into it, we probably could have stayed somewhere a lot nicer. We saw the Berlin Wall, which was very interesting as well.
Berlin Wall and that.
But once we'd finished in Berlin, it was time to move on, and we were on our way to Prague. This is a good part of the trip.
Yeah, because you can't you get higher as well.
So in Prague, we started our morning, as we always did, with a lovely little breakfast. We found an outdoor gym, so we thought, let's go bang some gym.
Way.
One of the cheaper places in terms of alcohol, which the people that know me know I love a good beer. In our hostel, which I can't remember the name of, but really, really good vibes. One of my favourite places we stayed, in fact. We decided to play a bit of poker, we just drank some cheap beer, got a little piss, met some cool people, it was really fun.
This is for my brother, okay?
Hello.
Hello! My
Hello?
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
He's good, I think. I don't know.
Miss you.
When I passed out,
Wait, guys, for my brother, yeah? It's for my brother. Way!
Honestly, would do that again.
Look at that still. Look at this bridge still. Look at that bolt car still. Taxi still. Oh, chained. Little bastard. Tom really wants McDonald's tonight. Oh, well, that's cool. Look at this place.
Okay, so our next location was Poland. Now, Poland was a weird one because our plan for Poland was more or less scrapped.
Cheer on, mate.
Originally, we intended on going to visit Auschwitz. Now, because we didn't book in advance, and also we didn't quite really know officially how we were going to get from our hostel to Auschwitz, we were very unsure whether to go ahead with it. It would have been a very drastic change in the vibe of the trip, and I think it would have taken at least a day after that to recover from that. So, all in all, I think for this particular trip, it was maybe a better thing we didn't go. However, this did leave us sort of with nothing to do in Poland other than sort of hang around. We didn't really see a whole lot. We stayed in Krakow. Didn't do a whole lot. We had some more Mackies, I think, KFC perhaps. KFC for breakfast. We also made a grave mistake here. We thought, for some reason, that in order to get to our next location, Croatia, we would have to leave a day early. Now, this was actually incorrect. Do we need to leave tomorrow or do we need to leave now to get to the hotel that we booked for the end of our trip, Croatia? We left early. We were supposed to stay one more night at our hostel. We only ended up staying for one night, and we were on trains all through the night, all through the next day. And this was definitely 100% the most difficult part of the trip. I felt so rough, felt so ill. I was so entirely sleep deprived. I just couldn't get to sleep on the trains. I was trying with all my might to get to sleep on the trains. And eventually, we arrived at a random train station in Slovenia. Because the problem with Croatia is there are many train lines. Getting there by train is not the easiest. I ended up passing out from being so tired and just falling asleep at this random train station. There was no one there. It was absolutely deserted. And yeah, I mean, it was interesting for sure.
This footage is just so you'll know that this is no holiday. Right, what we're going through right now is criminal. I mean, look at James. James on a roll mat on the floor of an Austrian train station. Tom's not much better off, to be honest. I haven't slept. I haven't slept all night. We're about to get arrested here.
We pushed through, managed to get to Croatia. Once we got to the capital of Croatia, we had a coach booked. So we were on this coach for 5 hours.
We are so sleep deprived. Oi, 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 oi. Bus.
I went up to the desk to check in, absolutely exhausted, so ready to just lie in bed and take a shower. And the guy goes, "Your check-in isn't until tomorrow." And I was in disbelief. I was so just done. I wasn't even angry. I was just done. I had one room left. There was only one room. And I asked the guy, I was like, "I don't care how much I have to pay for this room. Let's just get the room." It was so relaxing. After the travels we'd had, we really needed this nice hotel. We really needed some relaxation.
For the vlog still.
The vlog, you know.
Wow, look how clear there's not a single square.
Blood is caught you lacking, mate.
Alright, you ready? So we just moved the machine.
That doesn't look quite.
Alright. Oh. Do it again.
The plugs. Come out.
Oh, James. James.
Next part of the trip was crazy. The original plan was to take trains all the way back from Croatia back to England. Now, this would have taken so long, and considering how defeated we were after 3 days on trains, we thought it's probably best we just get a flight home. We booked a flight home, and pretty much what we did was you could call a cab from the hotel to the airport. So that's what we did. We'll just sleep at the airport. We don't need to book another hotel or another hostel or whatever, because we had to check out of the hotel. We had a day sort of and a night before the flight with just doing nothing. We just sort of hung about the hotel until it was the evening, got the cab over to the airport, ready to sleep. But this is where our plan failed immensely. The airport closed at 10 p.m. and we weren't allowed to sleep there. Well, this meant that we had nowhere to sleep in Croatia.
That taxi driver's probably thinking, what the actual fuck?
What the fuck? No. I bite me.
For the vlog.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm gonna jump on ASAP.
What? Where? Oh, fuck. Where are they? Where?
Up above you, dickhead.
What, there's bats?
These little ginormous fucking blood-sucking bugs.
Maybe they're birds. What, the bats attack?
Fucking monster.
The bats attack us? Okay, so obviously you can't really see a whole lot. But basically, for the last night of our Interrail trip, we're sleeping at a bus stop.
During this night, just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, a car pulled up by the side of our bus stop. She was saying, "Are you boys alright?" basically. At first, my alarms were going off in my head. I was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna die."
But this is our little...
What's that hanging
This is our
upside
place.
down on the line?
This is our place for sleeping tonight.
Where?
So, yeah. Hopefully we survive.
There's no...
Yo, people. It is like 4:50 something. It's almost 5 a.m. And we're still at the bus stop. It's been a long night. Our journey is almost over. We've almost done it. But yeah, I thought I'd just check in just to show we're still alive at this point.
And we just said that we were waiting for the bus. I don't think I filmed that, but yeah, I was absolutely terrified. Did not sleep a wink after that.
We made it, guys. We survived. I think it's time to be done with this trip.
I mean, we didn't even end up using the bench thing, did you?
That was the trip. It was probably one of the best experiences of my life. By far was my favourite thing I did in 2024. Maybe next time I will travel around America or somewhere else. I kind of want to do a road trip kind of thing, like a minivan life type thing. I think that'd be amazing. I think it would be really cool to do that in the future.
The boys are going home.